Hey, patrons, this is another update. Haven't done one in a while, but hey, it's about time. I just returned from the Russia tour yesterday night. I'm jet lagged. I'm a bit under the weather. I think I must have caught an East Siberian travel bug of some sort. So, apologies for that. I have a few things I want to talk about that I want to show you. I brought you stuff from the tour. Let me see. So first of all, what I think I want to make clear is that whatever prejudice you have regarding Russia, and I know the media give you a lot of information, this is not political, okay? And stuff about politics might be true or it might not be, but when you meet the people, that's a completely whole different story. So when we arrived at Irkutsk in Siberia, it was this very, very different experience. Just amazing. I love the Russian people. Especially the ones, well, all of them, but the ones further deep into Russia on the Siberian side, which is a 6-hour flight from Moscow. So it's really, Russia is big. That is a completely different kind of Russia that you don't really get to see that clearly. So the Russian people, forget your prejudice. Everyone who came with us was like, wow, this is so different than what I expected. So things are different, yes, but they're also familiar. I mean, you go to a grocery store and you will see the Russian products. You will also see a lot of Western products. So it's really an interesting mixture of different things, different styles, different cultures, different food, also different traditions. I mean, this is the one thing we came across when we did our first day. And by the way, Irkutsk is the center of the Russian aerospace industry. And yeah, the traditions. Well, I mean, look at this. This was some honoring Second World War kind of thing. And I'm not sure. I have never seen something like that in Germany. And these are college students doing that. It's not like professional soldiers. These are actual college students marching. Of course, we went there to see Lake Baikal. Lake Baikal, the biggest freshwater body in the world, holds about 20% of the world's freshwater, the world's liquid freshwater. It's the cleanest lake in the world. It's one of the deepest. I think it's a mile deep at its deepest point. It is by volume the biggest lake. It's just amazing to see. And in winter, it pretty reliably freezes over, and it freezes over to a depth of up to, I think, 6 feet. So it easily holds cars and trucks and things. So that's what we did. We did drive on the lake. We did photography. We saw black ice, which is black because it is so clear and there's nothing under it because the lake is so deep. So it pretty much looks black. We saw snow. There was plenty of snow this time, which changed the whole dynamics, but made for amazing photography. I love the photography we got this year. And that was the main purpose of the tour, a photo tour. The Baikal Lake is just an experience that if you like ice, do it. By the way, it wasn't as cold as you might think it was. Siberia is always synonymous with super cold. Most of the time, the temperatures were around or slightly below freezing. Sometimes we had a bit colder, but we had good clothes, good shoes, good jackets. The operator there, Anton, our operator, had shoes and warm clothes for everyone, which was included in the price. So people didn't even have to shop for that. They were being equipped with the right stuff. Now, one thing that the lake does is the ice is kind of alive. If you think that the ice is just one surface of ice, that's not true. It cracks into bits and pieces. They move because the ice contracts and expands, yeah. And it kind of has this whole dynamic to it where it opens up crevices and they fill with water and freeze over, and then it pushes them back together, and the ice kind of gets pushed to the top. Makes for amazing photography. Also makes for kind of hard, makes it hard to get over the ice sometimes because, well, you don't want to lose a car and you don't want to use even a front axle. I mean, if that crevice is just wide enough, you might lose an axle and you might have to tow a car from the lake, which you don't want to. So, but these guys are experts, so they did a great job kind of making sure that everything worked out for us. But it was an adventure. It was fun, a fun adventure, real fun adventure. Apologies for that. Oh, our Bigfoot vehicle. We had two Toyota Land Cruiser type cars and one bigger one, completely custom. Would really fit into Hollywood. Leather seats inside. Just it's like a stretch limo almost, but on big wheels. And that was our third vehicle. People were always kind of elbowing their way in there because it was the most comfy ones, but the other ones were pretty much as good as that. And then the villages in Russia. I mean, if you see those Siberian villages, they have these beautiful, intricate wood carvings on the windows. And if you go to Irkutsk, which is the biggest city, you will see those wooden houses next to big skyscrapers, and it's just this amazing contrast, beautiful contrast. And that makes, again, for interesting photography. I was really happy this time around to see what I was getting. And then, last but not least, the end of the tour, we added an extension for 3.5 days in Moscow, 2 of those with a professional photographer guide from Moscow. And we, well, let me ask you, how was your breakfast? So we picked a really nice hotel. We had a blast there. We saw a lot of interesting things. The Moscow Metro, just the Moscow Metro, you could spend an entire day or two in there to shoot the different metro stations and the architecture. And Moscow is a beautiful city. Moscow is huge. I think it has 18 million people, as far as I know. It is huge. It is beautiful. It is clean. I've never, ever, anywhere seen so many people kind of cleaning up here and there and making sure it's really nice. And pretty much everywhere we went, Moscow is a very tidy city. And then last but not least, we had a boat tour, which I thought would be very touristy, but it wasn't. I mean, it was a 2.5 hour river cruise along the Moskva River. Everything, all the buildings beautifully lit, the bridges. It was made for some interesting and good photography from that boat. There was also a restaurant on board, so we had a nice dinner there, and it just turned out to be a really well-rounded thing. So that was it. Moscow, Siberia, Lake Baikal. We're looking into if it's possible to do that in the future again. Not sure about that yet because you know me, I don't want to do things too often or repeat them too often. Twice is usually kind of my limit, and then I need something new. So if we do it again, definitely not in 2018, maybe in 2019, and possibly in a modified form that might include a trip down into Mongolia, which is on the south of Lake Baikal and is not too hard to reach from there. So that's kind of the preliminary idea. Baikal combined with Mongolia, just somewhere here in the back of my mind. That's it for now. I'm out.